back with another video. Today, I'm back with you know what. Yep, I'm playing the season again. It's week 5. I played a whole bunch of games without you guys, sorry about that. I'm going to record most of my games. I switched to Seahawks if you know. Watch all of my videos. I'm the best. I'm the best to watch them. And you know what this is about, what the season is. And I'll just tell you while I'm in the game. I like skipping that. Okay, so what this is you get to play a whole bunch of games in a week. Well, each week you get to play a new game, but for me, I just play one every day. Maybe more than one a day. And if you win 15 games, somewhere around 15, then you get to go to the playoffs, and then next is the Super Bowl. So yeah. Hey, look, Russell Wilson, my QB.
So many sacrifices.
Whatever. Takes forever to load. That's the also right in front of me. Takes forever to load. That's the thing I hate. I hate how long it takes to load. I don't know what I'm doing. So if you cancel my face, it's blurry because I don't know why. If I don't have good internet, it goes really blurry. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Seahawks going up against the Rams. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Russell Wilson leading them out there, 6-year quarterback who finished his college ball, of course, as a Wisconsin Badger.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise to throws. And that's
still works.
Inside the 30.
It still
works.
A
big gain there on the first play of the game. 43 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
What? I'm confused. What just happened? I'm very confused. How did I not get that?
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
What? Could you guys tell me what just happened? I'm really confused.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Looking for luck, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week is what we just saw there. Instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
There's a flag on the play.
Holding offense.
Yeah, offense, yes.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
From the gun, here's Gone. And his first look is incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do.
They're running.
Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Back to throw, gone.
Oh,
And a hit charted loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play.
Okay.
It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Third and long. It's gone. And incomplete.
Yeah.
The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
If they go for this, I just
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial
I
up?
didn't
That's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
No.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Here. Come on. Thanks, Barry.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 42.
Yo, I did not think
It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards.
Ooh, 55 yards.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control.
And this is caught.
Yo, what the touchdown!
Get into the end
Touchdown,
zone.
Seattle,
So that spike works, and they score.
Nice.
Doug Baldwin, his 5th touchdown
Even though I
now
never
on the
go for the
year.
touchdown.
And the Seahawks have
Did you
taken a
watch any
first
of my
quarter
videos?
lead.
You should never go for this.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
I always go for 2-point conversion.
Now Wilson escapes the sack, fighting him off.
Yo,
And
there
that is
goes
gonna
the
be
2-point
caught.
conversion.
And it moves the lead to 8-0. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The numbers in last week's game for Dunbar. 24 carries, 96 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was 0 space, no gain.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Lockett, spinning past him. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Oh, there it is.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
He should have had that.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again. Wilson looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35.
Oh, wow, that was nice.
A big play that time for the Seahawks.
I could have deep jumped, but I didn't
42 yards.
Okay.
Really good recognition of the offensive line of the blitz. They picked it up, allowed for more time to throw the ball deep downfield, and a big-time completion.
And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Okay, that was like, how many yards you said? 30?
Now Wilson.
That has to be. No!
He couldn't quite
no,
hold
that was
it.
caught.
Got
If they
hit.
got a dive
Ball
caught, that would have
pops
been a
out,
touchdown.
incomplete.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson.
Yo!
And he is
Touchdown!
in for the Seattle touchdown.
The coach suggests
Doug
you
Baldwin
boys.
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
Here.
And that's what...
Let me pause it for a second. Okay, when you guys see this screen and you won't be able to hear me. Yeah, that screen you just saw. Whenever you see that, that means I exited the game, so you can't see it.
They've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And
Damn
he'll be
it, I
hit
should've
as he
had it.
releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare
I
them
was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
You can start the 25 every time I can start the... Okay, yeah, the running. Nope, I see. And...
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
You have to run. They have no reserves set up.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Looking now, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly.
You guys know my first play.
And coming up later tonight in the NFL, we'll have the Chiefs heading down to Houston to take on the Texans. And then on Monday night, it'll be an NFC North battle. Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field.
Traditional rivals.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I tried to pass
Mark
it.
Barron.
Okay.
Leading the surge there, he drops in for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now it's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards.
Same play. Just so you know.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
How in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Here's Wilson to throw. Going up top. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play.
Yo, that's a touchdown. Touchdown, boys!
So he fakes the spike and they get the
touchdown.
Jermaine Kearse, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love this.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I got to understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
you never had it. The stuff she used to preserve.
It smells terrible.
I'm Avril today. My name is Avril. They're running 100%, 1,000%. They're not taking the running.
Now down block. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They're running 98%.
Here's Goff now on second down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Goff. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Why did this man go?
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
This man? Yeah, that's him back for a touchback. Stop copying me, please.
Now Wilson on first down. He's going to let this one go deep.
Catch that.
That's caught at the 25. And he's going to get into the end zone.
I got into the touchdown. Did you see that?
Works,
I'm like, I gotta get that touchdown up Superman.
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete.
Damn it, I should have gone there.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to cloud them a little bit.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little biased. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. From the gun on third down, gone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
No, that's not first. Damn it, that sucks. That was not first. Okay.
A shotgun snap for gone. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Bannon in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
So we've come upon halftime with a visiting seat. And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better.
We'll find out. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing on third. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The rookie from Michigan State, Malik McDowell. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They have a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just lock people down.
Returnable for Lockett. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And time for us to spotlight Doug Baldwin. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he was real.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I'm so happy that happened. Now it's totally not going to get a touchdown because they have their possession and they're going to run it.
They got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a nice carry there, 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They're running again. Why are these guys always running?
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. His throw here's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Gone.
Yeah, dude. That's
Here as he's taken down.
23.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far.
Okay, come on, take it, hurry up.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
It's in their back.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This time I don't. Sit up. Sit up. Hey,
and
flag!
now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Referee, there's a flag on the play. Defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot,
There's
you
a
are
flag
like in
on
the
the play.
starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Second, and 5. Thank you.
On second down, Wilson staying on his feet.
Oh, what was
It's
that?
incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's third down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Why?
The man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson.
Oh!
Will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete.
Well, yeah, I caught that. Well, yeah, there was something to challenge. I caught that. Dude, there's nothing to challenge? What do you mean there's nothing to challenge? I caught that. Comment down below if you saw that I caught that. Like 98% I caught that.
Really
Actually,
nice starting
99.
field position here for the offensive
That
unit.
1% did not pay off. It was 99. 99% they're running. 98%.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
What do you think I just said?
Just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Atama Rubin. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. The speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on. He finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
Oh, he didn't spike it, he faked it. Airing one deep. It got his man complete.
That's caught.
A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards.
No, like.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really play. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And it's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?
Second down now after the incompletion.
Yeah.
To throw again. Wilson. Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Or even like
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play.
And there he goes for the touchdown. Boys! Yeah! There's 20, I don't know, to nothing. Yeah! 32 to nothing. Yeah! Let's go!
And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete, right around the 8. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line, and a try for 2, unsuccessful. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Damn, that was a bad kick.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
That was a bad kick. That was a bad.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, his move, he'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And last time
I'd like you to sit back.
that's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just not like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
That looks like it hurt.
It is 10 foot.
They'll be going for 6.
Like anything.
And yes, home is where the heart is. And for Robert Woods, it's Los Angeles. He played college football at USC right here in this stadium.
And probably feels comfortable out there. He was an All-American as a Trojan in 2011.
Yeah, really trained to be an NFL player. I mean, he watched a lot of NFL cut-ups and tapes of wide receivers while he was in college before joining them on this stage. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
There's Goff. Open man right side is caught complete. And he'll bring it up here right at the 40-yard line. Now it's 2nd and 7.
He started running backwards. He probably would have gone at the 5 and we never ran backwards. Well done.
Out of the gun. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Cliff Averill in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On the run, Dunbar. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now it's Baldwin. Oh, look at that. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And time for us to spotlight Doug Baldwin. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on 3rd down.
Oh my God, choose a different play.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Let's call.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. They have the nice cushion.
You see that? That guy just face
pour it
mask.
on right now, still throwing the football.
Hey, that's a
And I
face
know my
mask.
background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those
But yeah, this is a video game.
Free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they have the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath.
This is caught inside the 15.
Did you see that guy?
Big
He
play
was
there for
flying.
Seattle. 55 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the rookie from Boston College, John Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. After the interception, here's Goff. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this will be incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake. And he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but still back to unreliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear, and if this continues...
Now, a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, Wilson going to throw.
Thanks for watching this.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out.
No, he had that.
Incomplete.
Coverage is very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Hey, flag!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
Yep.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yeah.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
On second down, here's Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
Yeah.
This will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went...
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
No, okay.
They're running. They're running. They're running.
On first down, gone.
Who was that?
And that is incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw, gone. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's third down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And this is going to be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Baldwin now to return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentate.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 42 yards. Not only the completion, but that pass also gives him the record for most passing yards in a single game. What a day.
That tells you that the completion percentage is really high. Yards per pass, really high. But what a fantastic day. A brand new record, and we were here to witness it.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
I didn't have time for one more touchdown. If I get this touchdown, I'm going to be happy. So dude's going to be like 50 to nothing.
Wilson wants to throw it. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. It's hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Here's Wilson. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game. To put up that number of points. They feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.
Thanks for watching, guys, but I'm going to have to end it here. See you next time on Ari's World. Goodbye.